Let's go ahead and get started. Everyone, let's take a deep breath in and let it go. One more time, fully in. And let it go with a sigh. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. Fully in. Sip some air, biggest breath of the day. And let it go with the loudest sigh of the day. Yeah. So good. Okay, we're just going to hear some shares. What opened up during the diet? Us.
So what opened up for
You're
me,
welcome to stand and share if you want.
Sure. Yeah, what opened up for me is there was really good about Sean and how I keep on going back to like my titles and my academics and like pulling my worth based off like what I learned. And it's still there. And I feel like that's something that we come on say it's like, oh, it's still there, you know. And so like the big thing for me is like I had nothing to prove, you know, just like being. But it's nice to be able to just hear that reflected to me. No shaming involved.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for Alice, everybody. So good. Awesome. Let's hear a couple more. I saw Niall.
Everybody, I just came to share basically just about wanting to network and meet some good people and look for opportunities to make money and make passive income. And I've always wanted to do business and have a business, and so yeah, just look for new opportunities and friends and skills. So thank you guys.
Welcome, Niall. Thank you. Candice.
Sure. I was going to share. Hi, I'm Candice.
Hi, Candace.
I was partners with Queen Pat here, and Queen Pat shared that some of her worthiness was going into her success, how successful she felt. During the activity, she also shared that her worth went to giving, rewarding others, right? Her worth is now going back towards herself and her health, and that's what she's starting to see. Oh, these are the things that really make me feel worthy, not those other things. So just wanted to share her sharing.
Beautiful. Congrats to both of you. And I'm curious, Candice, since you went up there to share about Pat experience, what opened up for you?
Sure. For me, I place my worthiness in my education and how I present myself, because my mom was always so concerned about when you leave this house, right? Let me do your hair. Let me do this. Let me do, it's always something. I remember being irritated, but once I left the house, I kind of had that already programmed in me. I need to be presentable, right? So it's like, if I'm not put together in a certain way, at least look like I showered and, and was able to just do the basic things, I don't feel worthy sometimes.
I see a lot of head nods. So, like, who resonates with that? Look around, Candice. Yeah. Absolutely. Go ahead, Darren.
Hi guys, I'm Darren. Interesting share for me. I've tied a lot of my self-worth to finances, and I do real estate for a living. I invest other people's money along with mine, and so many of my projects have been wildly successful. I tie everything in my worth to those wins, and then I had a loss or two, and then crushed me, and felt like I wasn't any good anymore. There's people I've made millions and millions of dollars for, and I lose $28 for them. I feel like, oh my God, I'm a failure. And it's interesting to realize with Alice's help that I'm tying in my mind, I'm tying way too much to the victory or the loss, and that I'm still me. I'm still the guy that intelligently try to figure it out. It's just not everything works out. There is no perfect. And just even expressing that was a revelation. So I just grew right here in front of you.
Amazing. That's amazing, Darren. Okay, go ahead, Gabe. Before you share, I just want to say the one thing here. That is the power of awareness right here. So what does awareness really mean? What is awareness? Right? Let's take some shares on that. Seriously. Go ahead.
How it can be distorted.
Say that again?
How our thinking can be so distorted.
How our thinking can be distorted. Go ahead, Gabe.
Mindfulness of the patterns that we repeat, either physically, or mentally, emotionally, spiritually, those cycles, mindfulness of those cycles.
Yes, absolutely. What's your name again?
Gabriel?
Let's give it up for Gabriel, everybody. Yeah.
I just wanted to intersect and to also add to what Candy said because we were sharing and I was telling her how I feel worthy and what made me feel unworthy. So with the self-awareness stuff, what has happened is I noticed that like it happened to me too. Like in 2018, I lost one of my fourplex units, right? So I was feeling unworthy because a lot of people were in the family too. I helped a lot of people, because I was doing foster care in one unit and I was housing people who were unhoused or, doing a lot. So I was helping a lot. So when that, when they got some refine, and you know how that happened when sometimes you refinance so much and you cash out the equity and then you can't pay the mortgage. But a lot of times what the family does, they put my worthiness on my financial status. So when that went away, they made me feel shameful. They made me feel like a loser. Like, don't lose that, you inherited it and it was free and clear. And you'll never be able to buy it again. And so they put a lot of negativity. So what I'm saying is that awareness also could be truthful reality. Like when you find that's a lie right there. When they put a lie and make you feel unworthy and make you feel shameful by their perception of their reality for you.
Right.
But once you don't suck into the drama and suck into their concept and their reality of what your worth is, and if you know the truth and you know that financial situation does not make you who you are as a human being. Because, like, this is America. You win some, you lose some. Today you're broke, tomorrow you could be rich.
Right.
Today you're born poor and you win the lotto. But does the lotto make you a better person? So I always, because I listen to a lot of reggae and, they say this. You see, two man, right? Two man. And one could have on a suit and one could be barefooted. But the only difference is if he's good or evil. You understand? So those are the difference between those two men. So the reality is that the materialistic stuff and just like, some simplicity. You don't have on no makeup, you don't have on no eyelashes, you don't have on no weave, no color lens, no color lens. But you're beautiful still. But it's like the concept of reality. So your awareness is so important. So this exercise really helped me. Like, I'm not sad, because I'm not filthy rich. I'm not sad because maybe I can't, the materialistic stuff that they present to us. Because you could have a fruit, which is more healthier than that burger, baby. I'm just saying. And, so I'm just saying that the reality, awareness, and the way I was, reasoning with Candace, where, what's make you feel worthy. I feel good when I make people laugh. I feel great when I can help another person. But it's just, I have to do my self-awareness and put myself in check. And like, yeah, I can't eat with all this skin and all of these pizza and stuff like that like I used to do. I gotta take care of Pat.
That's right. Let's give it up for Pat, everybody. Absolutely. Thank you. That resonates with a lot of people here. There's the truth in that. And so absolutely, that's the power of awareness. And I will say there's a distinction between what happened and what is happening. Because even though this was what happened in the past, it ended, what is happening now is what I'm deciding.
But I have a conflict Because the reality, okay, because I've had and not had, is it's always easy when you have and you're financially comfortable to be more spiritual and to be more relaxed, because it enables you to be able to see the doctors you want and to be able to go to your yoga classes you want. I mean, all of it is a reality. I mean, people go and get a college education, so they have, how do you call it, it's like a car, you know, that has an engine, it doesn't go without the engine. You need something in order to maintain some kind of basis to live.
Yeah.
So, yes, I mean, it's, who cares what anybody thinks is success? Only we know what success is. At the same time, you have to be realistic with yourself and say, what do I need in order to get to where I feel I'm comfortable so that I can live a certain kind of lifestyle that I believe that I deserve, not what you think I deserve.
Right.
So getting to be comfortable with what my lifestyle and my comfort zone is. And getting to the point where to get back to that part of myself again.
Yeah.
I think that's part of where we're all at.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's give it up for Audrey. Yeah, I'm hearing a common dichotomy of like, you know, the spiritually fulfilled and then materially successful. And sometimes we think it's like this or that, but it's not the way it's meant to be. You can choose. You can choose to have both, this and that. And sometimes we get in this trap, you know, I do too, where I'm doing all of these things, this working and this accomplishments and the credit, you know, the degrees and the whatever, and the wife and the ring and the whatever, so that I can finally be happy. It's a trap.
Right. So
It's a trap.
how do you get to the point where you're back on your feet again, and you're comfortable where you're at, and you're living your best, but you know, I've seen so much in my life. I've lived probably more than most people in this, because I'm older, okay? I've really experienced a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just saying that being able just to be comfortable in your own skin again, and being able to financially achieve to my comfort zone, and also be able to give back at the same time. That to me is very important.
Yeah, and that's awareness. Absolutely. Let's give it up for Audrey. Yeah. For the purpose of this workshop, awareness simply means noticing. You're simply noticing. You don't have to judge it. And this is one thing that I want to drive home for everyone. Because how many times you ever reach a point of awareness, and what is the first thing we do? We beat ourselves up about it. It's like, oh, I'm doing this thing again, or I did this wrong, or I did this thing bad. And we're just like, a bad thing happens, and that's bad. Let's beat ourselves up about it. Who else is doing that, or just me?
We're trying to justify it.
Right, we find a good reason. Oh, something must be wrong with me, and just find a reason what is wrong with me, and becoming an expert at what's wrong with me, and studying psychology and all these things. Like, oh, that specifically is what's wrong with me. Got it. Right? And that the whole thing is a trap. Awareness is the opportunity. I see your hand. I'm going somewhere with this. Awareness, too, is the opportunity to simply notice it without judging. And my invitation is, as we're continuing to do this work of growth, awareness, transformation, generational worth, when you're noticing awareness, we can greet it with the yay, awareness. Luckily, I caught it now. Thank God it's aware now so that my kids don't have to deal with it, right? Thank God I'm catching it. So my invitation for you is to go, hooray, awareness. Hooray, awareness. Awareness. Yay. Yes.
So, Miro, like,
Yeah.
for me, it's like a step farther, and it's like, what a gift I get to learn something new about myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what a gift. Absolutely.
It's like,
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's first part of the formula to create embodied self-worth. It's three parts. So once we have awareness, we're able to, okay, now that you know, now what, right? What do you do with this information? We've uncovered some ways in which we've given our sense of self-worth away. Now what? We've placed worthiness in places that it didn't ultimately fulfill us. And we still have tendencies to go find it there. But now we're aware. So now what we do with that awareness? That's the second part of this workshop. And it's about, who pay attention? Responsibility. Say responsibility.
Responsibility.
Yeah. What does responsibility mean? Let's take some shares.
Ownership.
Ownership. Say more about that.
I think responsibility is parallel to taking ownership of yourself, of your life, of your lot in life, your plight. I think responsibility is directly correlated with taking responsibility is synonymous with taking ownership.
Mm-hmm.
So we tend to displace responsibility. We love pointing fingers, and I think very not often enough do we take complete ownership, sleep in the bed because we made that bed, and then don't blame anyone for your situation, because everyone's got a situation. Everyone's got problems. Everyone's got issues, including us. And I think the more that we all take complete control, complete ownership of our situation, that's the healthier we can exist.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a bar.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for Darren, everybody. Absolutely. All fire. He didn't miss. Gabe.
He took the word right out of my mouth. As he said it. But I mean, alongside with ownership, accountability,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because ownership, what I was thinking, is very much what he said, right? You own it. It's personal to you, right? It's not displaced. It's not dismissed. It's not out there. It's right here in your personal center, your personal circle, and you have a responsibility for that to maintain that. But you're also accountable to that, because even though you're taking ownership, there's probably other things and other circumstances and other people that are depending on that, right? So you're owning that responsibility.
When you say you're owning that, can you speak from I?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When I'm owning
Mhm.
that responsibility, right, I'm understanding that this is my responsibility, and I'm accountable not just to myself but to others that this affects
Mm-hmm.
in the specific capacities that I'm taking responsibility, right? I don't think that I'm going to absorb the entire responsibility of it, as if it goes wrong and I'm going to see things negatively, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this is all my fault, right? But I always think to myself, what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
What's within my
Yeah.
power to affect this?
Yeah, that's something really powerful in there. Let's give it up for Gabe. Absolutely. I saw a hand up here, over here, Brian.
Yeah, to piggyback on what he just said, part of responsibility is understanding, like the serenity prayer, what you cannot control and what you can control. And I've learned the hard way many times that so many things are out of my control, and if I try to control them, that's not being responsible. That's being irresponsible to myself and everyone around me. So it all ties in: awareness, responsibility, understanding what you can control.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's give it up for Brian, everybody. So what I'm learning is when we take responsibility, ownership, accountability, it is not fault. It's not like, I got to beat myself up about this now and it's all my fault. It's not a down thing. It's simply, okay, what can I do to make this better? Right? Go ahead.
I think that we have to, bad things happen to good people all the time. And so there's no master plan saying that this happened to you because of that. Bad things happen to good people all the time. And it's not what happens to you, it's how you handle what happens to you.
Right.
And I think that's what we just got to keep in mind.
Yeah.
It's going to rain. It rains. In every life, some rain must fall. So,
yeah. The question is, are we going to dance in the rain, right? Completely. Bring an umbrella if that's your vibe, or just take advantage of the shower that's free, I see a couple more hands up, and we're going to do 2 more shares. Let's actually hear from Alfredo, who we haven't heard from yet.
I wanted to just add on what he was saying, that the ability to respond to whatever my outside stimuli is. Whatever event is going on, the bed that I made, whatever is going on outside of it, it's my responsibility. I'm going to respond. If there is, in my case right now, there is there is people's perception of me being twisted. It's also my responsibility to not feed into that, and then not act on my reactions because whatever it may be. So it's my responsibility to stay within my own integrity, my own power, my own dignity, and respond in a manner that serves me, that supports me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Let's give it up for Alfredo. Okay, we'll do one more share, but one thing I want to point out about what you shared eloquently, Alfredo, is that I hear you talking about ownership, taking responsibility, the ability to respond. Responsibility is the ability to respond. Absolutely. Richard.
I think one thing that really comes into my heart when I think about responsibility is I think about how freeing it is. I lost custody of my kids, right, like years ago. I was homeless for the first 2 years of COVID, and their mother was strung out on heroin, and I played well, my dad didn't hug me enough, and her dad's abandoned her, and you know what I mean? And it's like CPS is the problem, right? And all, like, everything outside of me. And so I'm a victim, right? And that was my mentality, that was my mindset for so long. It was like, poor me, God hates me, right? and this woman, right, is a total crackhead, blah, 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 blah. It's all of them. And all that it left me with was more pain. It just compounded my pain, right? And it left me isolated and completely separate from God. Right? And so what I found was when powerful men spoke into my life, right? And I had mentors, who challenged me to take radical responsibility. I didn't fill my woman with heroin. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't call CPS on myself. But what did I do, right? I allowed it to happen. And so when I took that, right, here's the truth, when I took it, right, it became mine. And now it's my story. It's no longer anyone else outside of me needs to change or do anything. And they're not going to be writing my story, right? I am. So it's literally freeing me from being a victim of life. And so I then, I pick up the pen and I'm going to write this bitch.
That's right.
So it's very free, I think, with responsibility as well.
Absolutely. Let's give it up for Richard. Yeah, absolutely.
I just wanted to congratulate him because that kind of tied in terms of awareness, and they say responsibility is in that, but no, you took full charge of your awareness. So it's like you take the power away from everybody and all the stories, everything that's around you in the environment, up and down, northwest, east, south. You become so aware that you took full charge. And you took responsibility, of course, for everything, and then you worked on that and came up with a solution. So that's the great thing about, like you said, feeling worthy, even though you felt unworthy. Everybody around you want to make you feel unworthy for whatever the issue is. If you lost your own money, people cuss you out for your own stuff.
But you're living in the
just a little drop in the bucket. I just wanted to add that.
Absolutely. Let's give it up for Pat too. Amazing, absolutely amazing shares. So for the purpose of this workshop, responsibility means being the creator. I'm the creator. In my story earlier, I shared how I was going through the hardest time of my life, toxic relationship, divorce. Well, I could point at any single trigger that I experienced. I can point at a belief that I hold that had to resonate with me. Every insult that ever hurt me, I believed it too. I had to accept it or allow it to happen for it to even hit.
I just want to say one thing I think is important. important as far as creating. The way we've created all the issues and everything that's happened to us, it's almost like The Secret. You create, you can have all these stories, they're just stories and baggage that we took with us. If you throw that baggage away and you start today like it's the first day of your life, you can create the possibilities of, I want this, and I just have to think about it. And if I believe long enough, as long as you take action with the words, because my daughter said something very interesting, and she said, Mom, everything you've been through, you said it was hard. That was the hardest. And now you said this is hard. Did you ever think that was hard because it was hard at the time, but it was a test that you went through. And this is another test. And everything you went through, God knows that you were able to fulfill that challenge. Did you ever think of just taking it as, hey, now just look at what you can create, the possibilities. So we can create good things now.
Absolutely.
Instead of talking about all the things that happened.
That happened.
It
happened.
Going to happen. We
Yeah.
can't change it,
Exactly.
but we can change what's going to happen. I try to live in the moment. I try to live in the solution, and I'm always thinking what I'm creating for tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's got to be something good.
That's right.
That's all I know.
Absolutely. Let's give it up, Audrey. Incredible. So you're getting it, yeah. Being responsible means that you are constantly creating your reality. With your words, you're affirming it with your thoughts, with your actions, and you can change your reality in a moment. And sometimes there's an instant shift and you experience the reality different instantly, but sometimes it's a planting of seeds. So like, let's say in the past, I've been experiencing a lot of lemons, right? Like I learned how to make lemonade out of lemons because that's what I had, okay? Eventually, you get kind of tired of the sour taste. And if I want something different, what if I start planting peach seeds, right? Eventually, it's not going to be a lemon, right? And so when we start taking ownership and let the past be the past, okay, now I'm creating from nothing something different, we start planting those good seeds, right, from a different place. Now we're starting to shift the trajectory of what we're experiencing. The harvest is going to be juicy. You get it? Beautiful. So responsibility is what shifts everything. It changes the trajectory from what happened to what is happening now.